is when I was disappointed rather than regret. I served as the director of Anti-Corruption Commission for 1 year. And when I served, people don't know the history, I did not resign. What happened is that when the 2010 Constitution was enacted, under Article 79, it became necessary to reform the institution from Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission, and a new commission was created called the EACC. And I'll give you this story because it is important. We were in the process of making the Constitution at that time, and I remember when we were making the Constitution, the cabinet committee that was making the Constitution was chaired by Mr. Odinga, who was then the Prime Minister. The following individuals were in that meeting. Mutula Kilonzo was the Minister of Justice. I think I remember all of them. Otieno Kajua, Murungi Kiraitu, Musalia Mudavadi, and of course there was also not George Saitoti at that time. But during the making, Charles Ayako Nyachai was also there. During the making of the proposals, I took the view as a person who had run the institution that one of the things that you needed to give a good body was prosecutorial powers. And I also had a number of proposals which we thought would make our body very powerful. And the chair of the cabinet subcommittee, the then Prime Minister, said, and I remember his words, P.L.O thinks he wants to make laws for angels. After that, what I did, because I said, don't arrest police officers. This is what you are paid, let's attack the very top. I wrote to the then Speaker of the National Assembly, Mr. Marende, to give me the wealth declaration forms of all parliamentarians. And at that time, and I've said this before, so it's even, I think I've seen it lately in social media. My investigators recommended that we prosecute 8 cabinet ministers and 48 heads of parastatals. And the then government spokesman, Mr. Alfred Mutua, told me this would disrupt government. Go and meet the president. And President Kibaki, to his credit, so it was a requirement that we send those names to the then Attorney General, P.L.O as well. A meeting was then held to say that our officers should be abolished. And I want you to look at the Hansard. Our officers were then abolished at midnight, so that there was no longer the office of the Director of Anti-Corruption Commission. That is how my regret is that many people that you hear talk in Kenya are not interested in the fight against corruption. You can hear them saying many things, and corruption is worse now than it was in the year 2011. You see people giving money to little children. It is worse now. On Sunday, you saw the newspaper, did you not? Where it said that traffic police officers collect 3 billion every month. Corruption. 3 billion. And as I speak to you now, I think Kenya, in Africa, we are rated as perhaps the most corrupt country in the continent of Africa. That, to me remains a painful thing. And I've said it before, it is not easy to be honest. In fact, many of you may not know. One of the individuals who is currently a governor in Kenya sued me, demanding 51 million because I've said that that individual was a corrupt individual. The court, of course, did give its judgment, and they found that I had every right to say that that individual was corrupt. That is my regret.